And our team coverage of this conflict continues with Benjamin Radd. He's an expert on Middle Eastern politics and is currently a senior fellow with UCLA's Burkle Center.
Benjamin, we appreciate your time here this morning. Thanks for being with us.
Happy to be here.
All right, let's just walk us through what we could see next.
So the fact that this was telegraphed ahead of time to the Qataris and the Americans were informed indirectly as well indicates that Iran is looking, at least by this account, to step off of this escalation ladder. It could have done much worse, and I think notifying all the parties involved that these strikes would be incoming was the least damage that it could do, both in terms of both militarily and diplomatically. Hopefully now this signals that Iran is looking for an off-ramp and diplomacy can resume.
Benjamin, let's talk about Iran's capabilities. Are there any threats to the homeland?
Well, in terms of what Iran can do, it can't launch intercontinental ballistic missiles towards the United States. So that option is out. What it can do here would be using, let's say, sleeper cells, other forms of terrorism that we've seen since 9/11, that Iran has successfully accomplished in other countries, but has not effectively done so here, though it has tried. But again, it's the last thing it wants to do is escalate the conflict with the United States. It does not want a multi-front war, which it basically is in one right now. And if anything, needs to de-escalate. The leadership is prioritizing survival of their system of government above anything else.
You know, we mentioned that Iran has pretty much telegraphed what was going to happen here. This was anticipated, but this doesn't mean that the U.S. can sit on its hands at this point, right?
Well, what the U.S. can wait to see is what move Iran is willing to do next. Now, President Trump has the option to once again respond to the attacks against the American air base. The Qataris can do the same thing if they opted to, or they can take the opportunity to reach out proactively, preemptively, and to engage in diplomatic discussions about how to de-escalate this and prevent the fighting from getting worse.
All right.
Do we see diplomacy down the road here at all?
Well, we know that the Europeans have tried. We know that the Iranian foreign minister met with the Russians recently, including with Vladimir Putin. And it seems like as this continues more and more, diplomacy seems to be the way forward. And I think that with the right combination of international parties, we could see that happening.
All right, Benjamin Radd, thank you so much for your time today with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.